Hi, my name is Natasha Mann-Dedey. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a child of God. I'm also the co-founder of a creative hub located inside Chado called Jambo Spaces. So Jambo is a Swahili word and it means hello. And Swahili is one of the widest spoken African languages. So I think the first reason why we chose Jambo was because we have plans to expand. And in expanding, we want a name that resonates with a large population of Africans. And so Jambo worked perfectly. The other reason is because if you've ever been to any of these East African countries, whenever you arrive, the greeting is always Jambo. And for a lack of a better phrasing, they say it with such enthusiastic, reckless abandon. Like they say it so joyfully, they say it welcoming you into their community, whether you are old or young, whether your religious affiliation isn't the same as theirs, whether the skin of your color. And even if you didn't understand what Jambo meant, like up here, you understood what it meant here. And I think for us, that's what we wanted. We wanted a name that kind of just resonated, a name that kind of just broke barriers. So yeah, that's why Jambo. So a few years back when I worked in digital marketing, I had the opportunity to work with different creators from different sects of the creative industry. And I think it allowed me to, let's just say, see the barriers that existed within the industry. And there were many barriers, but I think the ones that stuck with me were mistrust and gatekeeping. And I personally feel like at least 30% of the mistrust stemmed from knowing that gatekeeping exists, knowing that there are resources, but you just won't have access to it because it's pooled within a few number of people. In seeing that, I think we just wanted to create like a central hub, a place that addressed the needs of the creators in this industry, a place that they would feel comfortable in, comfortable collaborating, comfortable nurturing each other, and just a space for them to thrive, really and truly. So what we did was we created Jambo Spaces. And Jambo Spaces sits on three main pillars. And those pillars are space, access to resources, and education. The space being the co-working space, our music recording studio, podcasting facilities, event spaces outside. Resources being whether it's financial or advisory, whether it's contractual or whether it's on a project by project basis, we're here to assist. And then the third is education, which is being run via our academy, which is actually starting in a few days. On the 11th of April, 2025, we are running our first cohort of ADCA. And ADCA comprises of 5 courses. And those courses are photography and videography, content monetization, brand building, pitching and storytelling, and copyright basics for creators. The main one I would say is access. So access to multiple things, access to good working internet, access to funding, access to resources, access to mentorship even. I think that's what's really lacking in this space for several reasons. But yeah, the other I would say is knowledge on specifically how to get certain things or how to address certain things. The other would be professionalism. Via no fault of ours, I think it probably stemmed from the fact that creativity wasn't necessarily seen as a serious thing. And so in our parents and the community telling us that, we kind of just went along those lines. And so, no communication, no proper bookkeeping, all those things. There are multiple issues, but we built Jambo Spaces based on the issues that we had seen, which are the access to resources, the knowledge, and the space. So yeah. Link Pop is a merch event where Spacely brings different merchandise vendors into one space and allows them to sell to his community. We were able to assist him in partnering with another agency, Hustle Sasa, to give him the funding and advisory services that he needed. So even if we're not able to do it, we're able to partner you with other people. It's always great whenever we hear our creatives saying, Jambo Spaces has really changed the way my brand exists. Just the fact that you will hear them say, oh, we've been able to put their brand in a different light, to give them like strict rules on how to like manage their accounts, how to manage themselves, how to represent themselves, and even as far as like what brands to work with. And so I would say these are a few of the success stories that we've had. I'll be honest, I don't think we faced any major obstacles, but thankfully we're able to have added resources to kind of just mitigate those things. But I would say it's not really an issue that we had, but maybe in the very beginning, we should have allowed the creators to tell us how they would use a space. Because that's the one thing I realized. We probably created certain spaces that were specifically for certain things. But as creators worked in the space, you would realize that you've probably created one space that's supposed to be a meeting room, but then a creative comes in and decides, actually, I want to use this for a podcast, or actually, I want to use this for an event. I think we've made our space as versatile as possible to allow people to rework what already exists in the space. So yeah. Jambo!